about this new law in Florida where they're going to end permanent alimony. And it's got some women's groups upset. Of course it would. I told y'all marriage only benefits women. Women would not be upset about this if it didn't benefit them. I told y'all these heifers want equality until they have to be equal. And then all of a sudden, all of that goes out the window because they don't really want equality. They want an advantage. And alimony after divorce gives them an advantage, right? So we're going to get into this. Salute to everyone that's here early. Shout out to the channel moderators. Shout out to the channel members. You can become a member too by clicking that join button and becoming part of the chat elite. Shout out to the people that are following me and supporting me on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. I do put up content on Patreon. I hope y'all are checking it out. Shout out to everybody that's going over and subscribed to the Rumble channel where I will be putting my podcast on. Let's see. What have you here? Yeah. I'll be putting those on Rumble. Matter of fact, let me put this in the chat. So make sure y'all go over there and follow. And also go and follow the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Matter of fact, let me put that. I'm gonna put this link here so where y'all can follow everything there. All you have to do is just click that link and it'll take you to all my social media platforms. Shout out to the people that donate when I'm not even live, man. People donate through Cash App, PayPal. When I guess, when I post videos, they like what I post, so they support. They share the videos, like the videos. I hope y'all are sharing and liking the videos. If you're not getting notified when I post videos, I highly suggest you check the channel out at least once a day in the afternoon, preferably. A new video is going to be posted. It's going to be posted. So thank y'all for being here tonight. Let's see who's here. Carl Page, Matthew Walker, Zentura, Nick Magnificent, Slim South, After High School, Haydot, Free My Grandma, Nate, Miss Tangy, let's see, I'm Him, Lynn, Black and Proud, General Washington, Juke Joint, Miss Tangy, Seahawk King, Sir Yeetus, Pretty Gangster, what's up? Happy 4th of July to all of y'all as well. Hopefully y'all have had a good Independence Day. You spent time with your family or you just relaxed, David, Brian Turner, Liana was good. Boss Lady was good. Black Rain, Dora, David, Corey, Charm, Shakuris, Prince Donnie, Chocolate City, Charm, Yuga, Katie and Kyrie, The Bull Tone, Thomas, Jimmy, my guy Vaughn, Severe. So see, a lot of y'all are here. I'm seeing a lot of people who are usually here. You have some people who are here and there, but that's fine. That's fine. I know a lot of y'all are probably busy. Make sure y'all get the likes up. We're gonna get into this, man. It's a lot of hurt going on, but I want to talk about something else first. It all ties in together. It really does. But I really want to discuss the fact that you have women who are shaming men for not wanting to get married. What's wrong? What's wrong there? I seen this heifer on YouTube. She was mad and angry about men not wanting to get married who might be fans of red pill, content creators, or they may listen to an Andrew Tate here or there. I want y'all to understand something. Women, when they benefit from something, they're going to highly promote it.
Happy 4th from Dallas, Jay and chat.
Happy 4th, Swing Out Museum. I appreciate the support, bro. All right, let's see who else is in the chat real quick. Shy Socks, Travis, Boot Camp, Kenny King, what's up? Malik, what's good? Make sure y'all get y'all likes in. So they get y'all likes in. Get the likes in. God damn it. But I notice how women, whenever they know they benefit from something, when you don't support that, they're going to be angry. Look at affirmative action. Look at how angry a certain segment of women are about affirmative action. It's because they benefit from affirmative action. And I'm going to have another video about, what's going on with these heifers getting fired from these corporate jobs. But you see, women know they benefit from marriage and they benefit from divorce. There is no reason as to why you heifers should be out here mad about permanent alimony going away. Because if y'all have to pay alimony, you wouldn't want to pay it for like a long time. You would want it to, at some point, to cease. But you see, women know that equality is BS. They don't care about equality. They just want an advantage. They want to be able to have an advantage over men. They want to have their advantage over men. This is why I am glad that this law, they're making changes. And this is something that needs to be done across the board. But unfortunately, I feel like there won't be more conservative states to follow this route because you have a lot of conservatives. You have a lot of conservative males who are, they are happy wife, happy life to the core. And they're not going to want to make these changes because they care what these heifers think. When really you shouldn't. Because divorce affects you as a man more than it does women. But unfortunately, we have other states that are full of conservatives, full of men, especially, and I'm speaking primarily because Democratic states are not going to want to do this. I mean, look at California. I mean, you do not want to divorce your wife there, especially if you have money and resources and something to lose. Now, if you're a guy that's broke and you ain't got it like that financially and your wife has made more than you, I mean, if you want to get married, do it. I mean, you have nothing to lose. But I'm speaking primarily to men that have something to lose. If you are a man that has something to lose, you do not benefit from marriage. I don't care what these heifers want to say. Of course, they're going to be in support of men marrying women. It benefits them. Women do not support anything that doesn't benefit them. Look at all of the men that they do support. Panderers, grifters, liars, right? Con artists, clowns, men that tell them what they want to hear, right? But as soon as that man starts to go against the narrative, those women will flip on him. I think more states need to adopt this because, again, if you are a woman and you get divorced from a man and you made more than him, you're going to have to pay him alimony. And especially in a society where women are demanding to be treated equally. Until that bill that comes due, they have to pay it. Then all of a sudden, what equality? Men are supposed to be, taking care of women. I don't have to bring anything to the relationship. This is the nonsense that you hear out here. You don't have to bring anything to the relationship. Listen, I'm sorry. If you think that sex is the only thing that's gonna make a man want to take care of you and do everything for you, I highly doubt that's gonna be enough, especially for a clear thinking man. Because you got some of these males out here do not think clearly. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all this article. This is according to WPBF, right? And some others. I think I have the CBS News article here as well. I got the CBS News article here, so y'all can see that it's not fake or fraud. This is a real deal. All right, this is a real deal. I'm glad that they're doing something about this, at least in one place, right? At least in one place they're doing something about it. What's up, Amanda? Young Jaye was good. Make sure y'all continue to like the stream. Shout out to Carlo. Says the whole idea is wild. Simps even came up with palimony. Appreciate the work you do. Thank you, man. I'm telling you what, the biggest enemy of this is going to be conservatives. You got these conservative males who think that, you know, the woman that they with is the woman of the 50s and 60s. Bro, she is pretending. Okay? Because she got you out here believing that you supposed to take care of everything and it bring nothing to the relationship.
The whole idea is wild. Simps even came up with palimony. Appreciate the work you do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now let's get into this article here. It says, supporters and opponents do not agree on whether the new law applies to existing alimony agreements. That's because a lot of heifers are living off men paying them every month. And again, I don't understand why women want so desperately to be seen as equal to men, to have the same opportunities as men. But when it comes to spousal support and child support, these women have their hand out telling the judge, I don't have it. I don't get that. But y'all get on here and you claim that you're strong, independent women. No, you're not. You're frauds. You should not receive lifetime alimony. That is crazy. It could be a situation where y'all make an agreement to where, or the judge, or that the law says, you know, you can receive alimony up until you are married again. Because there are women who are quick to get married again. But you know, they want to be able to get spousal support and get with the new man. More states need to do something about these divorce laws instead of allowing women, especially in conservative states. You so-called conservative men, y'all look crazy, because if you're so conservative, you should be against men getting railroaded and destroyed in divorce court. But maybe y'all don't care because your marriage is good. Yeah, well, wait until you get divorced. Steven Crowder probably thought the same thing until he realized that, you know, his wife is going to put him through it. All these dudes think they have the perfect woman until they get divorced. And then she's making allegations about you. She's trying to take you to the cleaners. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed several new laws into effect, including a law that overhauls the state's alimony laws by eliminating permanent alimony payments. While supporters say the law won't apply to existing alimony agreements, opponents say that could happen. It needs to happen. Why is a woman who's probably working, probably living with another man, is to get lifetime alimony? That's crazy. What if she gets married again? So a woman that gets remarried is still supposed to get alimony? That's crazy. But that also shows you that these women aren't getting remarried. Because every law should states if someone who's receiving alimony gets remarried, that automatically is cut off. It does need to be overhauled. You would see more men actually getting married if they would do something to these divorce laws. But because they refuse to do anything, you're going to see more men refuse to get married. It's just that simple. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. DeSantis signed the bill Friday night, the new law into effect Saturday. Supporters say the bill limits how long an ex-spouse will be required to make alimony payments. They also said it will cut down on litigation by creating more certainty in the calculations for alimony, which means that women can't just date a man because he has money to try to have his baby, or to marry him for a few months or a year and then divorce him knowing that she'll get alimony payments. What's up, Ricky? Republican State Representative John Snyder of Martin County, who approved the bill, shared the following statement to WPBF 25 News. As society changes, we have more households where both spouses work. By eliminating permanent alimony, the bill strikes a good balance between supporting the spouse who who might not earn as much income during the marriage while also encouraging self-support. And we absolutely need more self-support. And you help us get online and you love to talk about how educated you are and how independent you are, but you don't want to pay your own bills. Y'all claim y'all are the fastest rising entrepreneurial group. Y'all love to brag about how educated you are, but you still want your ex's money? The bill will also cut back on litigation by creating more certainty in calculation of alimony. Opponents like Democratic State Representative Anna of Orlando, of course you got a heifer that's a Democrat. Of course you have a woman who's a Democrat who's against this. I told y'all, women vote Democrat so they can get advantages. This woman will claim that she's a strong, independent woman, but she's like, well, I still need that man's money. Says the new law is harmful to many Floridians, especially women. She says it hurts women. I mean, am I supposed to be sad? I am happy. I'm ecstatic about this. And this needs to spread, but you got these conservative males who won't do it. You got these conservative governors who would never do this. And listen, I have my criticism of Ron DeSantis, but this, to me, this is a good thing. But again, most conservative men are conservatives. They care about what women think, right? They'll talk about AOC and they'll say something here or there about feminism, but these guys are ran by their women too. Like South Carolina had a Republican woman speak out against abortion ban, and she was angry. This is a woman who's in her 50s, it looks like, who's angry about abortion bans, and she's a conservative. She's a female conservative who's mad about the abortion ban. So if conservatives, you got conservative women that's against abortion ban, just imagine how they'll be in other states when it comes to eliminating permanent alimony. Florida has already taken away women's rights when it comes to women's issues, and we seem to be moving backwards in so many different policy arenas, and I was very concerned that this was another example of that. She said, we're taking this process out of a judge's hands and into legislator where it can be very political and very biased. Once again, these heifers want sympathy. Shout out to Omar.
Can't stay long cuss I'm out of town, but here's some money bag.
Thank you, man. And shout out to Liana. I don't think they played her message. She said, alimony should only be long enough for women to get a job and pay her bills. If she wants to maintain a certain way of life, she should do it herself. Absolutely. And thank you, Liana, for being a member of 43 months. 43 months. Shout out to Liana for being a supporter that long. She also says it's possible this new law will allow judges to end some existing alimony agreements and that the new law won't only apply to future agreements. Once again, who cares? I mean, you heifers need to get off your ass and stop living off your exes. Enough is enough, okay? Enough is enough. Y'all been living off your exes for y'all laying up with different men, probably done had kids by different men, and you still living off your ex-husband's money. And I bet you have nothing but, you probably talk all types of trash about him, but he's taking care of you. We got another Democrat state senator by the name of Lori Berman of Palm Beach County who agrees with Anna. Says I put an amendment on to say this bill is not retroactive and that would not accept my amendment. So I worry that even though they have made representations that it's not retroactive, that there are parts of it that it will that will in effect have the same effect as if it was retroactive, said Berman. The founder of the First Wives Advocacy Group, Jaye of Boca Raton, says the organization was disappointed by DeSantis' decision to sign the bill. I bet you were. I bet you were. And why do we have advocacy groups for greedy ex-wives? Why don't y'all take that group, can't even say the word wrong, and teach them how to make their own way financially? Shout out to Amanda Mitchell.
There should be a law where divorced people take out what they brought into the marriage,
Absolutely.
Especially finances.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. But see, they don't want that because these women want an advantage. They don't want to fight fair. They want an advantage. They want an advantage. We believe by signing it, he has put older women in a situation which will cause financial devastation. Who cares? Get off your ass and work. Just that simple. No, listen, a man shouldn't be paying support to a woman he divorced 20 years ago. She said, the so-called party of family values has just contributed to the erosion of the institution of marriage. And how does it erode the institution of marriage? Once again, you heifers want an advantage. Shout out to Mark Stewart. It says, pass this bill to the House and Senate, triggering. It's very triggering. DeSantis vetoed a similar bill last year. So they're basically saying that Ron DeSantis vetoed the bill last year, but he did this year. Y'all got to understand something about Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is running for president. So what he wants to do is he wants to appeal to the segment of men who necessarily may not support him as much as they would support a Donald Trump, right? So this is his way of trying to say, hey, look at what I'm doing. I'm fighting for men, when that may not even be the case. He's doing this because he's in an election year. He knows he's going to have, he's looking for support where he can find it, but this is still a good bill nonetheless. I am for this. Absolutely. You're talking about older women are going to be affected. So what? They need to start to work and support themselves. Why are you trying to live off somebody you divorced years ago who you can't stand, but you can stand his money? This is supposed to be an equal and fair society. You have women claiming that they're being held back from certain opportunities, that men are making more money than them.
Brother, can we call tonight?
I might put the phone lines in, but listen, if you're calling in, you can't be on here just playing games. If I open up the phone lines, y'all got to get to the topic, man. We can't be having a whole bunch of foolishness, okay? We can't have a whole bunch of foolishness. If I open up the phone lines, say what you have to say for a few minutes, let somebody else call. That's if I have time, but there's a lot that I want to talk about. But this needs to be something that is pushed in a lot of these different states. What's good, Bronx side? What's going on? Because a lot of what's going on as far as marriage is concerned, the reason why men are not getting married is because we don't see any advantage to it in 2023. We really don't. We really don't. And women see getting married benefits them socially, right? Financially. Getting divorced benefits them financially. So y'all got to understand the people who are angry. 2 women who vote for the Democratic Party. 2 women who vote for the Democratic Party. Of course, they're going to be upset because they think that right now their money going to get cut. So what? I mean, a lot of you heifers are just straight up greedy and you're selfish. You're out here, you want to date other men and possibly marry other men and still get alimony? That's crazy to me. That is absolutely insane to me. Well, let's play this video. Oh, hold on. Okay.
Our Steve King joins us live in the studio. And Steve, you spoke with state lawmakers on both sides of this issue. What did they have to say about this?
Jay, this new law means that permanent alimony has come to an end in Florida. One thing supporters and opponents disagree with regarding this new law is whether it applies to existing alimony agreements. Governor Ron DeSantis signed this bill last night, and the new law took effect today. Supporters say that this bill limits how long an ex-spouse would be required to make alimony payments, but supporters also say this would not apply to current agreements. However, opponents say courts could decide this new law could apply to existing alimony agreements, which puts some ex-spouses in a situation where they're unable to support themselves because they were depending on those payments.
Why are you, once again, people, all these jobs, these women can go work. Like, come on, man. Shout out to Swing Out again.
The bill doesn't jeopardize marriage, but divorce.
Appreciate that. I think both can be equal. I think this may make men want to get married a little bit more, but this will also make women want to get married a little bit less, because yes, they'll benefit in the short term, but long term, they're not going to get what they think they're going to get out of it, especially if they're a woman that don't like to work, you know. But again, marriage is dependent on what men want, not what women want, you know. So I think it could help, men marry a little bit more and be, less concerned about the long-term consequences. But personally, I don't think, I think that if alimony is awarded, it needs to be awarded short term. There needs to be a limit on it. Let's say up until that particular person marries again. Let's say there's a yearly term, whether it be a couple years, 5 years, 10 years, but not long term. And I will say it's dependent on whether the woman can work, her work history, or education level. Like, if you're a highly educated woman, you should be able to work and take care of yourself. It's just that simple. Because you're probably the one that wanted the divorce. Why are women getting divorces when they know they can't pay their bills and he pays everything? Why are you getting a divorce? What are you getting a divorce for? Now, I can see if it's a toxic marriage, he's abusive. You do have those, but you also got, look at Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry divorced her husband because she really wants to be single out here in these streets. She sees that she's getting older and she wants to experience being a single woman before she gets older. And she divorced a man that was good to her. That man wasn't horrible to her. There was no cheating rumors. That was a woman that felt like it. She just felt like getting a divorce. And a lot of women get divorces because they feel like it. It wasn't because that man did anything to them. It's because they just wanted to get divorced. They just didn't want to be married anymore.
Democratic State Representative Anna Escamani of Orlando opposed the bill.
It's always been important to allow judges to decide what is in the best interest.
Of course, she looks like she is she looks like she's a millennial or a Gen Zer. I told y'all, millennial women are the worst women out here. Millennial women do not care about how horrible society has gotten. All they care about is getting theirs. That's all these heifers care about.
That family and, of course, of children, if there are children involved in the divorce. And this bill, now law, alongside others that have passed recently, pull that process away from the courts and into a more political realm.
Republican State Representative John Snyder of Martin County, who approved the bill, says in part, quote, "As society changes, we have more households where both spouses work. By eliminating permanent alimony, the bill strikes a good balance between supporting the spouse who might not earn as much income during the marriage, while also encouraging self-supporting." Governor DeSantis vetoed a similar bill last year. We reached out to his office for a comment.
Of course he did, because
fellas only marry Mexican and Philippine ladies.
Appreciate that, Deacon Weasel. What's going on, Be Fierce? It's good to see you here.
Our Steve King joins us live in the studio. And Steve, you spoke with state lawmakers on both sides of this issue. What did they have to say about this?
Jay, this new law means that permanent alimony has come to an end in Florida. One thing supporters and opponents disagree with regarding this new law is whether it applies to existing alimony agreements. Governor Ron DeSantis signed this bill last night, and the new law took effect today. Supporters say that this bill limits how long an ex-spouse would be required to make alimony payments, but supporters also say this would not apply to current agreements. However, opponents say courts could decide this new law could apply to existing alimony agreements, which puts some ex-spouses in a situation where they're unable to.
Once again, why are y'all relying on other people's money? All we hear is how better off you're doing than men. How you can't find a man on your level. That's all I hear. I don't hear of the struggling working woman. The only time you hear about struggling women is when they're in a situation where they're about to be homeless, right? You got women who are living in California when they should have been left California. They're trying to get public housing when they should have been left California and moved elsewhere, but they wanted to stay there. You know how expensive it is to stay there. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you how expensive it is to stay there. If women are struggling, it is because they truly are lazy and they don't want to do better. Because society has made it so easy for women to get jobs, for women to get opportunities from the government, whether it's Section 8, whether it's Section 8 and food stamps, WIC. They've made it impossible. They even have women's shelters. They've made it very impossible for women to fail. And women are failing these days because they want to. A woman should not be living off alimony. Alimony is to help you. It's not for you to live off of. It's to help you transition so that you're not broken homeless. You have money to go and find another place to stay, right? So you can go and get you a job so that can take care of your bills. Women have been regressing. Women are regressing as a whole. They're going the OnlyFans route. They're going the online stripper route when they really don't have to. But that's a choice. We didn't have a whole bunch of OnlyFans models 4 years ago, right before the pandemic. But so many heifers have left jobs and careers because they would rather post videos of themselves doing explicit things for money. And other things for money as well, because it's going to lead. One leads to the other. Within 5 years, you got women that go from working careers, going to college, to being an escort. That's where that leads to. And a lot of these women are going right down that path. Look how easy it was to get women to go to Dubai to sell themselves. I don't know how much of that is going on now because of the hyper focus on it. But, these women are they're willing to regress, and they have no regrets about regressing. They're getting surgeries, right, to look like other women online. That's where the alimony is going. To get surgeries. Chicks out here with BBLs but claim they can't pay their bills. I wonder why you can't. You got chicks going on vacations once a month. Why are you going on vacations? Why are you always at the beach? Shouldn't you be looking for a job? They're living off their ex's money. They're living off their ex's money. They have gotten lazy. They have this campaign to seek better opportunities, right? To be more equal to men. But when they get opportunities, they throw it away just so they can be an online scripper. they would prefer to be an online scripper than to work a regular job. They'd be like, I make more money, but how long is that going to last? How long is that going to last? It's not really going to last. A lot of y'all have to be really aware of the choices that you make. Because if you are a woman who's living off the money of an ex-husband from 10, 15, 20 years ago, then you ain't trying. Especially in a state like Florida where there's no state income tax. So you don't even have to pay taxes on the money that you make. And you still struggling living off your ex? Now, I could see a situation where you're disabled, but you heifers ain't disabled. Go look at the social media of these heifers. Have y'all wondered why you see so many women always on vacations, out and about, but they never working nowhere, living off somebody's money, whether it be a sugar daddy or an ex-husband, probably living off child support money? This is why I don't support marriage, because men do not benefit from it whatsoever. They don't. Because at some point, that woman is going to want out.
Support themselves because they were depending on those payments. Democratic State Representative Anna Escamani of Orlando opposed the bill.
It's always been important to allow judges to decide what is in the best interest of that family and, of course, of children, if there are children involved in the divorce. And this bill, now law, alongside others that have passed recently, pull that process away from the courts and into a more political realm.
That's because the reason is because they know when they go to court, they're going to get automatic sympathy. When these women go to divorce court or child support proceedings, they have an advantage. They have a built-in advantage because not only is the judge going to be quick to give the children to the women, they're going to be quick to give money to these women, which is funny because if these women can't support them children, why do you want to give them full custody? You should at least, at the most, I would say joint custody. Why would you give them primary custody? That makes no sense to me. But that's what they do. If she can't support herself, why are you giving her the children? That has never made sense to me. Why would you give a woman full custody who can't even support herself? But these courts do it. It's like it's a reflex. It's like it's something. It's like a built-in bias. Even though it has been proven that these women cannot raise these children on their own. Shout out to Deacon.
All these chicks raggedy no matter her age.
Appreciate that.
Republican State Representative John Snyder of Martin County, who approved the bill, says in part, quote, as society changes, we have more households where both spouses work. By eliminating permanent alimony, the bill strikes a good balance between supporting the spouse who might not earn as much income during the marriage, while also encouraging self-supporting. Governor DeSantis vetoed a similar bill last year.
Well, this is election season, so you already know how that goes.
Live in the studio. And Steve, you spoke with state lawmakers on both sides of this issue. What did they have to say about this?
Jay, this new law means that permanent alimony has come to an end in Florida. One thing supporters and opponents disagree with regarding this new law is whether it applies to existing alimony agreements. Governor Ron DeSantis signed this bill last night, and the new law took effect today. Supporters say that this bill limits how long an ex-spouse would be required to make alimony payments, but supporters also say this would not apply.
Courts don't care. It all comes to money. They don't care about the kids, but they do care about putting the kids with the women. People say it's about money, but it's not always about that. It's mainly about putting the kids with the woman first and then the money second. But when it comes to divorce, the lawyers are making money from that. It's not the court's not making money from divorces like that. It's the lawyers that's making the money. The lawyers are the ones cashing out at these divorce court proceedings. They're the ones cashing out. What I'm saying is you have a built-in bias when it comes to divorce. And they're saying, you know what? That woman deserves something. She was there. Right? She deserves something. And I'm like, okay, I'm willing to give her something, but they're like, well, let's give her close to half. And it's like, what? But I thought you said she deserves something, not half. That's crazy, but that's how they are with the built-in bias.
To current agreements. However, opponents say courts could decide this new law could apply to existing alimony agreements, which puts some ex-spouses in a situation where...
You know what? I think it should apply to the women who remarried. If you are a woman that has remarried, you should not be getting alimony from your ex. What does your current husband think about that? Is he a bum too? Because you got to be a bum to marry a woman and she's still getting alimony from her ex. You're a bum. You want to live off his money too. Because trust me, there are men out here who are dating women who are living off that woman's alimony and child support payments. Just bum behavior. The woman is attracted to bumming. She divorced the husband that was taking care of her for a guy that has nothing and will have children by that man. It reminds me of Alex Rodriguez, right? Alex Rodriguez divorced his wife years ago, but I think he was paying her a ton of money for support, right? Then she ended up, I believe, having another man's baby. And I believe she moved that man in her house. And Alex Rodriguez went to court and said, you know what? I want my support lowered. She has enough. First of all, my income is different. And second, she's with another man. She done had his kid and everything. Why should I have to be basically taking care of her and that person?
They're unable to support themselves because they were depending on those payments. Democratic State Representative Anna Escamani of Orlando opposed the bill.
It's always been important.
DeSantis is about to gain a lot of male votes.
Shout out to Sir Shy87. At least that's what he's trying to do.
Important to allow judges to decide what is in the best interest of that family and, of course, of children, if there are children involved in the divorce. And this bill, now law, alongside others that have passed recently.
And by the way, if a woman cannot support herself, she should not get full custody. That has been like the craziest thing to me. Why would you give full custody and just visitation to the man who can actually take care of them?
Pull that process away from the courts and into a more political realm.
Because they've always mainly won when it comes to a judge. Because these judges get emotional too. And when they know that they can take money away from a man and give it to a woman, it makes them feel good. It really does. That they can take his money and give it to that woman who's going to do nothing but spend it on surgeries and, you know, a bunch of miscellaneous stuff to make her feel good about herself.
Republican State Representative John Snyder of Martin County, who approved the bill, says in part, quote, as society changes, we have more households where both spouses work. By eliminating permanent alimony, the bill strikes a good balance between supporting the spouse who might not earn as much income during the marriage, while also encouraging self-supporting. Governor DeSantis vetoed a similar bill last year. We reached out to his office for a comment about this new law, but so far we've not heard back.
What's up, Jeffrey? Yeah, Tennessee, they're definitely making moves. And I like that. I like that they're making moves. They should. They should make moves. Because something needs to be done. Something absolutely needs to be done. Hold on. Let me see. Play this video.
Rights, then contrast recent measures put in place in Florida by the...
Okay, let me play this quick video here. They're talking about they're trying to attack Ron DeSantis because they're like, damn it, he's about to take money away from these broke heifers. Yes.
Governor to curb protections, particularly for those who are transgender. We heard from politicians on both sides of the aisle.
I'm not comfortable with it, and I'm not comfortable with the way both Governor DeSantis and Donald Trump are moving our debate in this country.
Okay. I thought that would be about what he just put into law. I think this is mainly the same. I thought this video would be different, but they're trying to like fake outrage about Ron DeSantis. Then you got Chris. Where did he come from? Where did Chris Christie come from? Where did Chris Christie come from? Let's see. See if I can find another video. Hold on a second. See if I can find another video about this, about Ron DeSantis. Let's see if I can find another one. Okay, this is MSNBC. Yo, give me a second so I get this video up. Listen, this is a good thing. We need more of this. We need more laws that are going to be more favorable to men because, again, we need to protect ourselves. A lot of men are not protected out here. We are getting a lot taken from us as men financially. We're getting a lot taken from us. And what we need to do is we need to be able to fight back. Let's see. I'm looking to see if they have more on this about alimony. Let's see. Alimony laws. Florida. Alimony laws, Florida. Okay.
If you're going through a divorce.
Okay, here we go. This will be the video right here. Y'all give me a second while I get this video up. Let's see. Make sure y'all like the stream too. Hold on, is this it? Okay. Get this up. Okay. This is somebody explaining the Florida alimony law.
Listen up, a new bill signed by Governor DeSantis creating big changes to alimony starting July 1st. It essentially eliminates permanent alimony in the state of Florida, and it allows ex-spouses to more easily make changes to the alimony once they reach retirement. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's break it all down.
So you heifers y'all better find a way. Y'all trying to live off people that you're not even with, that you can't stand. It's time for y'all to make some better finance. And you need to save money, which they probably don't do. And people trying to make it seem like this is going to affect the elderly. I'm pretty sure it won't. But if a woman has gotten a divorce settlement in the last 10 to 15 years, that should be revisited. It should be revisited.
Judges can now reduce or terminate alimony support or maintenance payments after considering factors like the age and health of the person making the payments, the retirement age of that person's occupation, the economic impact a reduced alimony would have on the recipient of the payments, and the motivation for retirement and likelihood of returning to work for the person making those payments. Now, this bill will also set a 5-year limit on what is known as rehabilitative alimony, which is intended to provide financial support to a spouse until they are financially self-sufficient. And under the new law, couples married for less than 3 years will not be eligible for alimony payments. And now you have to be married 20 years or longer in order to be eligible to receive payments.
Y'all see that? Let me go back real quick. Let's go back. All right, here we go. It says age and health of the person making the payments. Shout out to
Chad Wheeler needs to pay Tia Mowry a visit.
I don't know about that, Shy. Why do y'all get in my chat and say shit like that, man? Come on, man. Why would he need to pay her a visit, Shy? Explain that to me. Do I think that Tia Mowry should be called out for her behavior? Yes, but no, I don't think Chad Wheeler should pay her a visit, bro. I haven't seen you in my chat in forever, and you're putting that in my chat, sir. Anyway, it says retirement age of that person's occupation, economic impact modification would have on recipient, motivation for retirement, or a likelihood of returning to work for person making payments. So there are ways. There are ways for it to be modified, right? If a woman is retirement age, I'm sure that the guy who she divorced, if he's not petty, he'll just allow her to keep receiving it, I guess. But if she's a woman who can work, who can move around, of course it should be revisited because she's probably already been in other relationships, may have even gotten remarried, right? May even got remarried.
age and health of the person making the payments, the retirement age of that person's occupation, the economic impact a reduced alimony would have on the recipient of the payments, and the motivation for retirement and likelihood of returning to work for the person making those payments. Now, this bill will also set a 5-year limit on what is known as rehabilitative alimony, which is intended to provide financial support to a spouse until they are financially self-sufficient. And under the new law, couples married for less than 3 years will not be eligible for alimony payments.
So under this new law, people who have been married for less than 3 years are not eligible for alimony. That's great, because you know how many divorces I've seen where the couple was married for less than 3 years and that woman thinks she's going to get alimony. She thinks she's going to get alimony. She think that she going to get alimony out of the situation. You think he going to get alimony out of the situation? And y'all ain't been married for more than 3 years? That is great. Because again, you heifers, when you get married, you're going to have to get married for the long haul. You can't get married for a couple of years thinking that you're going to get some money out of this dude when you're not. All this is probably going to do is try to, make these women want to have children. So again, you got to be careful out there, It says 20 plus years, eligible for up to 75% of the term of marriage.
And now you have to be married 20 years or longer in order to be eligible to receive payments for up to 75% of the term of the marriage.
They said the term of the marriage, which means, I guess, if you were married for 20 years and you get 20 years of alimony.
New bill that was just signed into law on July the 1st, 2023 will not apply retroactively to the cases that the parties already entered into a settlement agreement or there's already been a judicial determination. My understanding is that it will in fact apply to cases that have already been filed, but they're still in progress, and there's not been a final order entered or a settlement agreement.
Yo, how many women just divorced their husband in the last year or so? They only been married for like maybe a couple of years, maybe 3 years, 5 years, maybe. How many of those women are looking at this like, damn, I'm not gonna get no alimony? No, you're not gonna get any alimony. And I guarantee you they're looking for a way to go back. But if I'm a man who wife has divorced me and she's looking for a redo because she realized she ain't gonna get no alimony, don't do it. You got a clean break. I highly suggest you run and get as far away from that heifer as possible. Because if she wanted that divorce, go through with it. Don't try to go back now because you realize you ain't gonna get nothing.
As well as any new cases that will be filed in the future.
The law is being met with mixed reactions. Some groups like Florida Family Fairness, they're applauding this, saying that it does make things more fair, while other groups like the First Wife Advocacy Group,
the First Healthers Advocacy
Group,
this
could be devastating to older women.
How is it devastating to older women? I'm pretty sure those older women were married for longer than 20 years. No man should have to take care of his ex for the rest of her life. I'm sorry. No man, because what about him in his situation? Y'all don't care about his financial situation? What if he broke? What if he doesn't make the same income he made years ago? He still should have to take care of her? That's crazy. It's all about protecting the woman and making sure she's good. Why should I have to take care of a woman I'm no longer with? What if I have a new wife who needs me and my financial situation changes? I still got to pay my ex-wife? That's crazy. There are men who have to work. There are men right now in their 60s, 70s who still have to work because they have to pay the alimony to their ex-wife. That's why you see so many more and more older men still working. Now, you do got some that like to work, but you got some they have to work because they have to continue to pay their exes money that's owed to them.
That depend on this money. It is a lot to break down, so we've got it all for you right now at NBC6.com.
By the way, if we're talking older women, these are women who live alone, right? who might be on a bit of a fixed income, who might be getting money already from the government, retirement money, but they like, well, we still want his money. That's where we are. There are men out here who are retirement age, but they can't retire because they still have to pay their ex's money. But nobody cares about the fact that he has a whole nother family. No one cares about that. They're like, well, we don't care about that. He needs to take care of that woman. It's all about that woman, that woman, that woman, that woman.
If you're going through a divorce, listen up. A new bill signed by Governor DeSantis creating big changes to alimony starting July 1st. It essentially eliminates permanent alimony in the state of Florida, and it allows ex-spouses to more easily make changes to the alimony once they reach retirement. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's break it all down. Judges can now reduce or terminate alimony support or maintenance payments after considering factors like the age and health of the person making the payments, the retirement age of that person's occupation, the economic impact a reduced alimony would have on the recipient of the payments, and the motivation for retirement and likelihood of returning to work for the person making those payments.
Shout out to Nubian DNA for the Cash App. I appreciate the support. You know, people want me to take phone calls, but I'm looking at these donations, man. I'm looking at the super chats, and the super chats is not looking very high right now. But y'all want me to take phone calls? I need to do like a meter. We about to have a super chat meter to where if I don't meet a goal, we ain't taking no phone calls. Let's see, where is it at? There we go.
Now, this bill will also set a 5-year limit on what is known as rehabilitative alimony, which is intended to provide financial support to a spouse until they are financially self-sufficient. And under the new law, couples married for less than 3 years.
Shout out to Dwayne Jackson.
This is my first super chat.
Okay.
With this new law, these women would be smart to sign a prenup. At least they would get something.
Appreciate that. Absolutely. But see, that's the thing. They don't want to sign prenups because in their mind, you know, they're going to lose something. In their minds, you know, they're not going to get as much as they want by signing it. When really that prenup could help you if you negotiate it right. But see, they in their mind, a prenup is a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
Will not be eligible for alimony payments. And now you have to be married 20 years or longer in order to be eligible to receive payments for up to 75% of the term of the marriage.
The new bill that was just signed into law on July the 1st, 2023 will not apply retroactively to the cases that the parties already entered into a settlement agreement or there's already been a judicial determination. My understanding is that it will in fact apply to cases that have already been filed, but they're still in progress and there's not been a final order entered or a settlement agreement, as well as any new cases that will be filed in the future.
The law is being met with mixed reactions. Some groups like Florida Family Fairness, they're applauding this, saying that it does make things more fair, while other groups like the First Wife Advocacy Group, they are saying that this could be devastating to older women that depend on this money. It is a lot to break down, so we've got it all for you right now.
Who cares if they depend on it?
I'm Heather Walker.
Listen, we as men, we got to go out there and get it, man. We got to go out there and work. Us as men, we got to get out there and work. We got to get out there and work. Because if we don't, our bills don't get paid. They don't. There's nobody's there to help us. Do you know most of these organizations now is about benefiting women? They care nothing about men. We have to care about ourselves. We have to care about ourselves. And again, you got a lot of women that have filed for divorce probably over the last year, thinking that they're gonna get them a nice alimony settlement, and they ain't been married that long, and that's not the case. You should be putting in work to keep that marriage going, but y'all ready to leave at the first sign of anything, right? Even though y'all the ones who are bringing most of the craziness to the marriage. I'm going to play this one more time and I'm going to move on.
Going through a divorce, listen up. A new bill signed by Governor DeSantis creating big changes to alimony starting July 1st. It essentially eliminates permanent alimony in the state of Florida, and it allows ex-spouses to more easily make changes to the alimony once they reach retirement. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's break it all down. Judges can now reduce or terminate alimony support or maintenance payments after considering factors like the age and health of the person making the payments, the retirement age of that person's occupation, the economic impact a reduced alimony would have on the recipient of the payments, and the motivation for retirement and likelihood of returning to work for the person making those payments. Now, this bill will also set a 5-year limit on what is known as rehabilitative alimony, which is intended to provide financial support to a spouse until they are financially self-sufficient. And under the new law, couples married for less than 3 years will not be eligible for alimony payments. And
again, a lot of y'all heifers that done filed for divorce, y'all ain't been married that long. Y'all really about to get nothing. Y'all going to end up going right back to your ex. That ex that you've been claiming you done with, and you think you about to take his money, have him taking care of you, that's about to be stopped in its tracks.
And now you have to be married 20 years or longer in order to be eligible to receive payments for up to 75% of the term of the marriage.
The new bill that was just signed into law on July the 1st, 2023, will not apply retroactively to the cases that the parties already entered into a settlement agreement or there's already been a judicial determination. My understanding is that it will in fact apply to cases that have already been filed, but they're still in progress and there's not been a final order entered or a settlement agreement, as well as any new cases that will be filed in the future.
The law is being met with mixed reactions. Some groups like Florida Family Fairness, they're applauding this, saying that it does make things more fair, while other groups like the First Wife Advocacy Group, they are saying that this could be devastating to older women that depend on this money. It is a lot to break down, so we've got it all for you right now.
That's the problem. They shouldn't be dependent on it.
Heather Walker with NBC6 News.
See, that's the problem. They shouldn't be dependent on it. They should not be depending on it whatsoever. There should be a situation where they have means to take care of themselves. But the problem is that these women don't have the means to take care of themselves, I guess. Right? But then why are you leaving the marriage? And it's not always because of what that man did to them. It's usually because these women just don't want to be. They don't want to be married anymore. I think that's where it comes from. Now I'm gonna do. Let's see, where is it at? I'm gonna do one topic. I got an extra topic here. I'm gonna discuss while I'm live. And then I'm going to take some phone calls. Let's see. Okay. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. Make sure y'all sharing the stream. Let me talk about 6ix9ine real quick. Woman says 6ix9ine got her pregnant, then ghosted her. 6ix9ine has been accused of ghosting a woman after getting her pregnant. A Florida woman is claiming that the Brooklyn rapper impregnated her and deserted her at the last moment when she was about to give birth. Now she's suing the rapper for child support payments and wants him to pay $50,000 per month. 6ix9ine has had a rough couple of years following his early release from jail for racketeering charges in 2020. The rapper's decision to cooperate prosecutors and take a plea deal where he gave the information on other gang members resulted in a rap career tanking as former collaborators Nicki Minaj and others turned their backs on him. 6ix9ine is reviled in the hip-hop community, which insists he's a snitch. However, the artist has reinvented himself as he seemingly aims to dominate the Latin music market. However, it seems that despite the new changes to his career, the same old problems abound. A Miami woman is claiming that Tekashi fathered her child and she wants $50,000 in child support. Says, what baby daddy? As soon as I told him my water broke, that N-word ran. He has not come to see me. That N-word ran, she said on the We in Miami podcast. They have some, speaking of ratchet, they have a lot of the most ratchet type of women you could have on that podcast. The woman also asked about putting the rapper on child support, where she said, I ain't got no choice now. She says, I'm a B. I need to be put up, period. Now I'm not struggling and I'm not working hard. I'm not working hard. I'm not working hard. I work smart, like put me up or get put up. See, that's the attitude I've been telling y'all about. These women are lazy and they want men to take care of them. And what is their contribution? Laying on their backs or whatever. She continued, do I have to go work at Scarlett's or Booby Traps? Those are strip clubs. Come back. I don't want to put you on child support, she said. The woman also shared a photo of her baby and said that the rapper didn't even try using protection and asked her to keep the baby a secret. It seems that is not the first time she's dealing with a celebrity, as she said that she's expected the rapper to give her hush money to keep the pregnancy a secret, but instead he ghosted her because he didn't feel like he needed to give you anything. Of course she's a melanated heifer. Of course she's a melanated heifer. It's like a transactional, I'm not going to lie. As soon as they buy me something, as soon as they give me some money, I'm like, oh my God, I like them so much. She said the rapper was present during her pregnancy, but as soon as her water broke, he ran away. 6ix9ine has one child with his girlfriend, Sarah Molina, another with his other ex. Now, listen, black women, why do y'all do this to yourself? Y'all have become the face of baby momism. Y'all out here talking about how y'all about to live off these rappers, ain't it? Here y'all go, man. What happened to being strong and independent? What happened to you can do it on your own? But these are the women who they give full custody to. These are the women that they give full custody to.
What is it like having 6ix9ine as your baby father?
What baby daddy? As soon as I told him my water broke, then I ran.
So has he came to visit the baby?
He has not come to see me.
Are you serious?
Ran.
He asked her, has he come to see the baby? She said he hasn't come to see her because all she cares about is herself. She want him to come see her. She thought he would give her hush money. He didn't do that. So here she is on this podcast. Instead of being with your baby, you're on the We in Miami podcast telling the world that you are a groupie for rappers. Because she says she expected, a payout from these rappers. And he didn't give her that because he didn't think he had to. He didn't think he had to. And by the way, 6ix9ine, you need to take a DNA test. A DNA test would shut these others up, but maybe he don't want to get caught up paying child support. And it's very clear that, 6ix9ine be buying, gifts for other women. She sees that. She wants that. She wants 6ix9ine to buy her expensive gifts. She wants 6ix9ine to take her on trips, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
Are you going to put 6ix9ine on child support?
I ain't got no choice. No. I'm just that need to be put up, period. Like, nah, I'm not struggling and I'm not working hard. I don't work hard. I work smart. Like, put me up or get put up, period.
How much you want a month? Like, how much you want?
50,000. Yeah. Do I have to go work for Scarlett's or Booby Trap? Come back, baby. Come back. Come back, baby. I don't want to put you on child support.
Look at this. Look at the desperation. Hey, black women, why are you? Listen, this man left you when your water broke, but you're desperately trying to get him to come back. Do you think you're going to be his girlfriend? I'm sorry, you're not going to be his girlfriend. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. If he wanted to be in a relationship with you, he would be. No matter how much work that you've gotten done, because you can look at this woman and tell she's gotten work done. Let me look at her. And she's so desperate to have him come back. She won't even put him on child support. And let me just say this, because I know, people like, well, why would you say that, Jay? If he was a black rapper, she would have put him on child support already. If he was one of these black rappers, man, she'd be calling him every name in the book. She'd be already trying to put him on child support, but she wants 6ix9ine to come back to her. But you were a secret. He was secretly smashing you. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even one of the women that he would be around. Like, we've never seen you around 6ix9ine. At least I haven't. I'm not that I go looking on his social media, but we've seen pictures here and there of him with different women. You ain't one of them. You ain't one of them.
Scarlett or Booby Trap, come back, baby. Come back.
Is this what it's come to? Hey, melanated woman, is this what it's come to? Instead of you actually going out here and dealing with men that actually want to be with you, you're on this podcast begging him to come back. This ain't a good look, but this is your Western woman. This is the woman that people want us to stay behind and marry instead of going elsewhere to find a woman that actually is relationship material. And they get mad because we reject women like this, or we put them in a category. How do you expect us not to put you in the category? Look at what you're doing on this podcast.
Come back, baby. I don't want to put you on child support.
Did he like raw you every time?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Once again, they'll let you hit it raw. They're not even thinking about asking. She wasn't thinking about having 6ix9ine with no rubber because she was thinking about getting a baby by this guy. She was thinking about getting a baby by this guy. That's why. That's why she didn't ask him to wear no protection, because she was thinking about getting a light-skinned baby with good hair.
I don't think we ever used protection.
So he never pulled out.
Yeah, nah, never.
He was just busted in you.
Yeah, like.
Are you dumb?
He ain't even try.
Man, listen. They say that men got loose lips. I hear like they claim that men are out here with loose lips. Men are the ones out here telling their business, right? Talking about what woman that they slept with. Nobody has looser lips than women. Because every time you look around, there's another woman telling the world that she was a jump off. She was a jump off to 6ix9ine. She wasn't his ex-girlfriend. She was a jump off. Not even a side piece, because he didn't date her. She was, because he got her pregnant and then left her alone. She was just a jump off. That's what she was. This is Western women. The most unwifeable group in the world are Western women. Just groupies at heart. They got looser lips than anybody. They tell their business more than anybody else. It ain't men running around talking about who they sleep with. It's you heifers doing it.
Was he hiding you?
He kind of told me, like, I don't want nobody to know. And I'm like, so for 18 years, you don't want anybody to know? Man. I thought it would be more so like, he would give me some hush money or something. Stupid. Like, I would have kept my mouth shut. It's slightly transactional. I'm not going to lie. Like,
yo, whoever got the background noises is crazy, man.
As soon as they buy me something or as soon as they give me some money, then it's like, oh my God, I like him so much. Like, he was being consistent. Some days sleeping all day in my bed. And then as soon as my water broke, he was out.
Damn. Did 6ix9ine make you take a deep?
That's because you weren't his girl. He was with you because you allowed him to sleep with you and you didn't say nothing. That's why. Because he felt like he could count on you. That's why. That's why.
DNA test?
Have you seen my baby?
I told y'all, light-skinned with good hair. She couldn't wait to show that baby off, man. She couldn't wait to show that baby off. That's let me tell you right now, that's all they care about is getting a light-skinned baby with good hair. She couldn't wait to show that baby off. She couldn't wait to show that baby off. Even though 6ix9ine is probably not the only non-black dude she's dealt with, probably the only one that would have unprotected relations with her. But she got her a light-skinned baby with good hair. She couldn't wait to show it off. That's why she was willing to be 6ix9ine's secret jump off. And not only that, this dude ghosted her. And instead of her being upset about that, she's begging him to come back to her on this podcast. Ain't that a bitch? She's begging him to come back. The obsession that these heifers have with non-black men and this is who they are. We're not lying about them. This is who they are. What we got to lie about? What do we have to lie about? This is who they are. They're a bunch of non-black worshiping. They want to have mixed kids, right? Chasing rappers. This is who they are. This man left you high and dry and you begging him to come. And you begging him to come back. Man, this is an absolute joke, man. She is definitely down bad. What's good, Steven? She's definitely down bad, man. This is desperation. This is desperation. This man does not want you like that. He doesn't want you like that. And here you are. Here you are. He don't want you like that. A lot of y'all not getting the hint. A lot of y'all not getting the hint, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. And click that link that's in the chat room. That'll take you to all my social media and all the everything else that's me. Right? Let's see.
I got to call in.
See. I'm about to open up the phone lines, but like I said, we keeping these calls brief, family. We keeping it brief and to the point because I don't have all night. So call in. Let's talk about this topic. It's been a minute since I took calls. I think that's still the number. Let's see if that's still the number. That's still the number. I think that is. Let's see. All right. You're live at Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Jada Black? It's me, Devon.
What's up, man?
Calling out of California.
What's up?
It's been a minute since it's been a minute since I called into your show.
What's going on?
Yeah, and I just want to weigh in on this topic.
Okay.
Just not play no games with it, because it's like, I mean, you just seeing how these young ladies come out here and just they do this as far as they say, like you said, they say they want equality, but when it comes time to figure out who's going to take care of what, their actions still say it's majority of the man's responsibility.
Yep.
Which is why, and it's not cool that they're lying, But at the same time, it's like it's our job across the country to let our guys know where the BS lies.
Right. Well, at least we have. Well, that's the thing. When it comes to relationships, you got logic and you have the more emotional. And when that's off balance, you see what happens. You see what's going on in society. We have an off balance society, and they want to continue to keep it that way. You know?
Yes. Exactly. And, you know, I'm just so glad that you're exposing this once again, because, you know, these are the same young ladies who will step outside of their homes with little to no clothes on, but only expecting to be seen and thus taken care of by a small poolage of men, the high value men, to be exact. And that's delusion and it's entitlement. And we have to continue to fight back on that as long as we are representing for our guys. So I just wanted to call in and say that. Let's keep up the good work.
Okay. All right.
In your state and me in my state. Let's do it, brother.
All right, man. Thanks for the call in. All right, Devon?
All right.
All right, man. Shout out to Devon. Lines is open. Line is open, call in. And again, let's keep the calls brief. I want to get as many people in here as possible. Speak on the topic. Moderators, if you can repost the number, please, I'd appreciate it. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? This is Jay Thomas.
What's up, Jay?
Ain't nothing. Yo, I got to say, bro, I love how you tied the two together with the marriage and then the baby mama hustle. Swear, bro, like it seems like they'll go for average to mid-average earning dude. They'll do the marriage hustle with them. But when it's a high-value man, they'll go with the baby mama because they feel like, okay, I can get, you know what I'm saying, $300,000, $400,000 a year off this cat 18 years. But if I marry this dude who's making $100,000, either way, I can make that money up. You got a lot of these old heifers, these old crazy drunk aunties out here telling these young heifers how to be a recipient of an old folks home. I'm telling y'all, get money up, invest in these old folks homes. These women's going straight to the gulag. You hear me? That's all I got to say. You hold it down, brother.
Okay. All right, Jay Thomas. Appreciate the call, man. All right.
What's up?
All right. Shout out to Jay. Call in. All right. I'll take a few more calls. I want to call in. Shout out to everybody that's here. Let's see what this is. Yo, you're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Jay? This is Robert. I had a quick question.
What's going on, Robert?
I'm listening to the topic while going on, man. I was listening to the topic while I'm over here at work.
Okay.
You know, so they're getting, you know, let's just say hypothetically, they do this nationwide. They, permanent alimony is gone.
Right.
Do you believe that's going to incentivize many women to basically stay in their marriages, or do you think women will still try to leave at a 50, 60, 70% clip?
I think it could. I think it could actually increase the rate that women stay in it, but you still gonna have women that are gonna leave, but they're gonna be more calculating. They'll probably say, okay, if I can't get alimony, I'll get child support. But look what happens when the woman don't want kids, you know? What if she don't want kids? You know, so it might incentivize them to stay in a little bit longer. But you're still gonna have those who are gonna want to leave, but they're gonna leave with nothing. You know, so
Yes, sir.
yeah.
And then the last question I'll hang up and listen to you. Do you think that this will incentivize men to want to start wanting to be married, or do you think many men are still going to be like, nah, you know what, never mind, forget it?
Well, I think for those on the fence, because let's be real, there's a lot of men on the fence. There's a lot more than we know that are on the fence about marriage because they don't want to have to pay long-term alimony, especially if they make a good living. You know what I'm saying? So it may make some of those guys say, you know what, why not? You know, but there's still going to be people that are going to say no. But I do think there's a lot of men on the fence, and this may make some of them get off the fence and go into it.
Yes, sir. Well, yes, sir. Well, I always appreciate your perspective on these things. Thanks for doing what you do, and I'm gonna hang up and let somebody else get in.
Okay, all right, Robert. Appreciate it, man. All right. Phone lines is back open. Yo, you're live with Jaye Black. What's going on?
Oh, Big Deacon Weezo, Mr. Black Brother. Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Time. The Deacon, first off, I live down here in Florida, so boy, we got a good governor. I like our governor because he don't sit down when he pee. Oh, man, if you see Jaye Black, we got to be honest. The Deacon has been married 8 times. I done got married more times than Brad Pitt. So, man, I'm glad the law passed. Even though none of the chicks I married, they wasn't going to get a food stamp card. Not from me. Oh, no. I still sell Viagra on the side. But, man, you know, we got some good laws. We can walk around with the fire on us now. The Deacon got his Draco, his baby Draco. I take it to Bible study with me. I ain't got to hide it in that back seat. So we got a good governor, man. And see the Democrats, too. And I'm so glad that he's debunking old nursing home sleepy Biden Joe ass, man. And Kamala Killer Cam Jay-Z face Harris. See, and another thing. Now, when I saw the sister, she let 6'9" get her pregnant. Oh, the black women, y'all need to explain this. Sister beat the chicken, man, getting shot.
She got she got a mixed kid. You can't tell her that now, man.
Oh, my good brother. Boy, and you know the sad thing about it? She didn't get the train dingaling. She got the rat-infested pecker. Oh, that black woman need to talk. Boy, Jaye Black, I think this boy, I wonder what Synthetic G and all these chicks, because, boy, look at him. Well, they need to explain this. This threw my whole topic off when you did that, brother. And that's the thing. See, they pick and choose the stories that's important. And now let's see what's going to happen, brother, because, see, they don't have any accountability in these. And the ladies, y'all got to have better accountability. Y'all need to talk about growing your hair and eating right. Some of you smell like a doggone onion powder. You know, man, and you brush your tongue. All I hear and see on that internet all day is how to use a Negro, how to take his money, take his SSI check. You chicks use and take more than anything. Y'all ain't cooking. How some of you husky and chubby, but y'all don't know how to cook. So you want to eat all the ramen noodle and the peanut butter, but you're swole. You 250. That's sad. Some of you look like Mark Henry from WWE. Man, I'm tired of it. And the thing with it, brother, we need black families. It's time to get them demon cracks out of there. Because, brother, our governor, man, and I'm a Trump lover. Trump, yes, sir. I love Trump because I was the last man that said something good about a woman. It is so weird out here, brother, in the streets. Man, Jaye, I don't know whether to run from the hose with the James Brown wig on their head. You got chicks right now, brother. They black as Shabba Rex, but she got a Cagney and Lacey wig on her head. How your wig biracial, but you jet black. You look like Mad Cobra. See, that's the thing, too, brother. Nobody being honest to these chicks. Grandma out here just turning her head. Auntie ain't saying nothing. But, boy, they got all the information to tell us, man. So, again, ladies, y'all need to stop wearing them leggings, too. Some of y'all booties with these unorthodox-ass BBLs, some of y'all shaped like the edge of a Tupperware bowl. Why your BBL crooked and cockeyed? Oh, brother, and then you stink. Brother, a woman went to the restaurant. I don't know if she peed, but the lady had to light her incense. See, it's way more things to talk about than passing around garbage pail coochie. We got to do better, man.
Absolutely.
And then you ain't a good parent.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, brother, I love you. No homo. Keep doing your show. And fellas, it's time to stand up and pee again and make America great.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. The big deacon.
Absolutely. All
Yes,
right,
brother.
Deacon.
And I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Shout out to the Deacon. He been wanting to call in. He wanted to let y'all know about what he was thinking about this. Listen, and shout out to everybody that's here. Listen, times have changed, or times are changing. You see what the Supreme Court is doing. There's a reason for this. As much as this country has gone off the rails, I think it was more political. When Donald Trump became president, you notice a shift, right, towards anything leftist, anything weird. But now that he hasn't been in office, it's almost like they're trying to rebalance things because it's getting completely off the rails, right? And that is why you're seeing what the Supreme Court is doing. You're seeing what so many states are doing as far as trying to do something to get more men to marry, because let's be real about this. A lot of men don't want to get married. A lot of men don't want to get married. And women are noticing it. Society in America has noticed it. But it's what y'all have done this. Y'all have made it to see men. And one thing women got to understand, men adapt very quickly to societal changes. And we as men have adapted to the fact that a lot of you heifers be wanting alimony, you be wanting child support, and we try to keep you from getting that by removing ourselves from relationships completely, or not getting married, or not having children with women that we don't want to be with long term. And they want men to be with women, married to them, taking care of them. And so that woman, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want communities. What they want is they want the woman to control the man and control the family. They want the family dynamics to be flipped to where the man ain't the head of the household. The woman is the head of the household. That's why you had that chick, what she calls herself, Pastor P, whatever she calls herself. She's talking about how men should submit to women because women be calling the shots. What woman has called the shots and the shots have actually worked? What woman built a corporate, an entire company by herself with her ideas? YouTube was created by men. They just put a woman in charge of it once they had already been sold to Google. The same thing with Facebook. All these companies are built and created and cultivated by intelligent men, and then they let the woman run it once everything is built. And she can become the mouthpiece, the person, the go-to person. You can't have a strong family without a strong man. A lot of women are dating weak, cowardly men. The children don't even respect the man. But you gotta look at what is being chosen out here. But we as men have every right to say no to these relationships. We have every right to say no to marriage. We have every right to do that. But if that continues, you may see more states adopt what Florida is going to adopt. I think they should. A lot of you heifers have been getting away with taking men to the cleaners, and you know, you've been married to a man for 2 years and you getting alimony, you getting a big payout. You ain't been married that long. But men have options, and people are starting to see it. And they're starting to see that, you know what, maybe we have to get these men back. You know, we have to do something, right? We have to do something. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. Salute to everyone that's here. If you're new to the channel and you're watching, make sure that y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all click the notification bell. Also, make sure you subscribe to the other channel. Just click the link that's in the chat room that you see pinned at the top. Also, for all my unfiltered commentary, go over to Patreon. And if you on my Patreon, make sure y'all check out the videos that I'm uploading. All right. Also, I'm bringing back the podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to my podcast channel on Rumble. That's where my podcasts are going to go. Whenever I can get the time, I'm going to start recording them. I just got to find the time to do it, you know. But hopefully soon I'll be able to. And from here on out, all my podcasts are going to have co-hosts. Maybe not the same person every time, but I'm not going to be the only one there. I just think it gets boring at the point that you're doing content by yourself all the time. You got to switch it up. And on Rumble, I'll be able to do the things I want to do. But shout out to everybody that's been supporting me for the years that you've been supporting me. There have been people who've left. There have been people who've shown nothing but fake support, you know. But that happens. But the real people who are here that understand my message and what I am doing, they understand that I am that guy, okay? I'm him when it comes to this content shit. Thank y'all. You know, thank y'all for being supportive and never wavering in your support of me. You know, you may have criticisms, but a lot of y'all showing support. Shout out to Eric.
Evening, Jay. Happy 4th live stream.
Happy 4th to you. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully y'all have had a good Independence Day so far. All right. All right, people. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Y'all take care and have a good rest of your night.